I'm still working with Nano and GANS. Is my screen already appearing?
Yes, we can see it, yeah.
So eventually...
Oh my God, you already gone into production.
This is the soon pamphlets for marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So coming soon in the market here. So I have possible. So we'll be looking onto the plasma health processing protocols for particular health conditions. Then Mr. Kesh told me and presented some of this already. I just documented it so that it will be help clearer for the people to follow and do the experiments. If you remember, Mr. Kesh last time discussed about the obesity protocol. So the objective is to be able to reduce weight naturally in few months' time, 3 to 5 kilograms per month. So we use salt and sugar mouthwash method. Materials needed: salt and sugar, or the GANS of sodium. So the basic information here is use of high sodium content food creates and drinks creates creates sodium hydroxide and water plasma, which is contained by the amino acid. So you can see here there's a fatty, that's why you become obese. Next is why you use salt and sugar. In my understanding, you influence the blood, which connects with the emotion, making you feel slim. This protocol, I've been giving this to my sister, and she is already reaching a stage for the making herself have the emotion of becoming slim. And it's not yet shown yet in the weight, but the emotion is already there. So the salt here removes the sodium from the blood and transfer it to the lymph for disposal. This removes the amino acid sacs. So the sac, the blue one, gets off and the sodium goes out and the sac collapse. So probability of reducing weight is possible.
There is something which is missing here, is that whenever you do the salt wash or a sugar wash, immediately after you wash your mouth 3 or 4 times, you need to drink at least quarter to half a liter of water, that you allow the salt or the residual sugar to dissipate through the body, to be washed out, as we call it. Because the water will create the plasma condition for the salt, instead of getting attached to the cholesterol, to be attached to the water and get out of the body of the man. You understand? You can't just do the wash and finish. You have to drink a large quantity of water to be able to immediately get it out of the GANS system or a blood system by creating its own gravitational. Without the water, you don't see that much result.
Okay. So I think that procedure, I'll just add it here. So the procedure is touches the tip of the tongue with pointer finger and then dip the salt. Spread the salt inside the mouth area. Is it necessary, sir, to spread the sea salt on the belly area?
No, I've never heard of that one.
Okay, so erase number 3. Then after a few seconds, rinse the salt in the mouth with water and spit out until minimal salt taste is left in the mouth. Then additional process here is drink as much water after cleaning the salt in your mouth. So
yeah, after 3 or 4 times wash, yes, you have to. Yeah.
So it can be done twice a day, normally, for 30 days or more.
Yeah.
And
don't forget, the salt wash has been part of the old tradition of Middle East, when there was no toothpaste.
Oh.
And people always used to be healthy, very healthy. And this process brings a lot of serenity. One of the reasons of the culture of Iran being peaceful was this process, without them knowing. In Middle East, a lot of people use this, especially in part of Iran. And we see different characters. So Russians do it quite often. Carry on.
And next is using the sugar. So to touch the emotion, the same process. Rinse it out and do it only at least every other day, 2 times a day, but every other day. And I have seen the results with my sister. So her emotion, she's not like craving anymore for food. She keep on doing this for already 2 weeks. The next is the hypertension protocol, which Mr. Kesh shared to me to do to my father. So my father's condition is a hypertensive patient, a hypertensive condition, has experienced mild stroke and causing vertigo already for that certain condition. That's why he was hospitalized. So I use the patches, the mouthwash, the salt wash, and CO2 GANS, energized CO2 GANS with lemon, plastic tubes and plastic packs to create the packs and the sealers and straws. So I basically apply the lowering the blood pressure using the salt.
No. Stop. Can you explain something there, which is I've just seen, where you say materials needed, GANs of CO2 can be energized. What did you do with the how do you use the GANs of CO2? Not hopefully he didn't drink it.
No. This will be put on the plastic tubes and plastic packs, and I will be showing it at how to use it in using plastic packs.
Okay, carry on.
So patient touches the tip of the tongue. For the same is this is the process of lowering the blood pressure. So using the salt mouthwash method, and I also use the cups. So this is the packs, the CO2 carbon dioxide GANS pack. So I just put them inside the pack and seal them with heat sealers so that they have different cases, and I put it inside the cup and I put straw. So he breathes in on inhales, exhales on the cup. So I also use the bracelet with CO2 and a bracelet with CH3 or ferrous oxide to balance that. And I put copper nano-coated coils, counterclockwise rotation inside as well. And other materials I use also the salt and also a copper oxide GANS pack for use. So next is I energize the emotional part. So the patient inhales and exhales from the CO2 GANS cup with straw. So do this in a very slow breathing rhythm. So do this in 30 minutes a day, 10 minutes per session. Good. So it's the energizing the emotional part, the brain, the lungs, and the heart. So you don't drink the CO2. It's only the air. The CO2 pack is inside, and only the air inside that is energized. You exhale, inhale in the straw. So you breathe in again, energized air.
Yeah, the thing is, you got to understand that the CO2 in that position, as is part of we explained in the last teaching that the CO2 is part of the aggression point of the human being. In inhaling the CO2, you balance the CO2 exhale, which brings peace to man.
Yes.
You have to understand what it does. As we explained in the teaching of last week or the week before, the interaction between the atmosphere of the earth and the matter state of the earth, which is so different, brings a violence in the behavior of the man. When you control the CO2 in the structure by inhaling it, what is being the aggression, even psychological aggression inside you, finds a new balance position. And that's why this CO2 and salt supports and helps with this condition. So you have to understand scientifically what it does. The reason for it, as we explained, is the CO2 balance which brings aggression. And as I explained, if you can create a CO2 condition across the, let's say, a war zone, people will even forget what they're fighting for. and this is the reason you use it, and you've seen the effect on your father because they
Yes.
find peace. Carry on.
Is the effect also he always gets sleepy right now?
Because he's at peace.
I think his balancing in his brain is already slowly maybe healing itself or processing itself. That's why he's keep on resting.
Yep. Okay, carry on.
And here is how I position it. So I have a CO2 GANS pack. I put it near his head area. So I just wrap it with a cloth. It's a plastic bag, then sealed it and wrap it with the cloth and put it on his head when he's sleeping. And right now he's wearing it as near his neck, back of the neck, because we found something near his right brain. There's some densest there, so I positioned it there. And also he wore a bracelet.
What is the reaction of the doctors?
I didn't initially. They have no idea what he was doing in the hospital, but they didn't ask anything about it yet in the hospital. But they were keep on letting him drink the same medicines. But today it's been 2 days. I have not given him all the medical medicines that the doctor said. So I'm just using this and also supplementing him with a good diet.
Okay, carry on.
And yes, I use the first oxide GANS pack and bracelet as well to put in his hands. So it also helps maybe balance the iron in his blood, either remove or help it. If there's more iron in his blood, can help remove the iron. And also, in case the blood pressure doesn't go down, there's too high. I use the copper oxide GANS pack near him, but doesn't touch the body, and just position it near to my father, just to reduce the metal contents in his blood.
Okay. Carry on.
And I documentations. I write all the records. And the next thing is I just want to do this again because I have a friend, his father has also prostate. So we will follow the prostate cancer protocol. So to be able to recover with the health condition of prostate cancer. So this is still the same. We're just using the CO2 GANS, the Nano Health wire belt, the belt one, and the patches. So I'll just show it to you. So thank you for Andy Rose for the design of the belt. So we're gonna replicate this belt and put carbon dioxide patches around it together with the coils. So I also designed a Nano Health wire patch using the Nano Health wire patch, which will be used during the process. So first is to let the patient wear the Nano Health wire plus the CO2 GANS belt around the waist area. Position, it's like this. The blue one is the belt, and we position the Nano Health wire coil patch to the reproductive organ, like this area, the green area. So I'll show you how Mr. Kesh described it last time. It's the bottom view, you're sitting, so the belt here around, processing it, and the patch in front. So we'll be trying this yet. We have not started I'm preparing the materials to try to
what is the decision of the doctors in the hospital or with these doctors?
I have not yet, the doctors already surrendered because his condition was also have the same to multiple sclerosis, MS, and it already gone to prostate cancer, and they cannot operate him anymore. He was been operated already twice. Then right now he had stroke also, so it was a worse condition right now. His father, and I think he cannot walk anymore. So the condition initially was not prostate only, but also a multiple sclerosis. He is having having trouble to control his lower part of the body already. So we'll be discussing that with him. He was open to do some testings with his father as once a week.
What is important when you use these belts, especially if you make the belt for his buttocks as well, and not just for around the back, you have to cover the side of, not around the belly, but it has to come into the hips, to the front. Yeah.
Okay.
We have seen from MRI research after the use of the technology that due to cancer you get what I call, commonly known as like a porous bone.
Oh.
And we have seen with MRI that the porosity has disappeared too, or the cancer cells reverse back to normal condition. So you get a stronger hip. We have all the MRI on this somewhere in the files. So you got to ask the doctors to monitor, at least to see if the cancer changes. There is something else which you have with the prostate cancer, is you have to add a patch just above the ankle of both legs.
Ankles above.
Yeah, because one of the signs, because prostate is a psychosomatic, we see immediately one of the first signs of cancer. If you looked at the MRI of the cancers or different kind of what do you call it, scanning which is used, you always see secondary cancer at ankle ankle point. There is a psychological reason for this, is that when you don't want to live, you don't want to walk. So the cancer transfers. And the other point we see with the prostate cancer is the immediate bones on the nearest to the heart, depends what the cancer has been in the condition of. On the ribs we see immediate point, which is the psychological point of the interaction too. So you have to make a patch for the ankle and a patch for the ribs.
Okay.
There is this is because it is the psychosomatic. The body tries to dispose of itself. So on the ankle, usually we see it on the right ankle, just above ankle on the bone, the lower bone.
Yes.
Just above ankle we see secondary cancer. And then you see a secondary cancer immediately on the ribs near the heart, usually on the left side because it's more emotional part. And then we see usually secondary cancer on the two bone shoulders. You don't want to carry, because you carry the boy or the son in your hand, you don't want to have the hand. So we see on the just the joint of the shoulders cancer too, which is part of the psychosomatic condition. So you need to make a patch for these points.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, carry on.
Thank you. So that's all for the documentations, and also always I do the recordings of the data for the patient.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you indeed.